All right, live. Oh, I think that might be it. I'm thinking
live and direct from an undisclosed location, deep in the mountains, in the wizard's lair.
We bring you a tragic, funeral-laden episode of WRESTLEKINO here today, Mr. Hardcastle.
Ah, yes. Bless your heart, AEW Dynamite. You have been officially, thoroughly, and completely quabbed by Shawn Michaels NXT.
And
He's here to celebrate with us today.
As Andy Ruiz in the chat has joined us, we're live, pal.
Andy, hi.
And we're live, pal. And I'll tell you what, the sounds of the morgue are ringing.
Let us read a passage from the good book.
We are gathered here today, and let us read a passage to talk about death. Father Pete, take it away.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I take us to Genesis 3. By the sweat of your face, Tony Khan, you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of the ground you were taken, for you are dust. And to dust
you shall return. Quab, because
and
Shawn...
you shall rest in peace.
Today marks an incredible day, Mr. Hardcastle. It is indeed true. It is indeed true that Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, the leader of NXT's creative, has absolutely demolished all Elite Wrestling in their head-to-head war. Mr. Hardcastle, do you remember when I said to you, quite embarrassingly, in fact, Edge might be the turning point. Things might be different now. Everything's all right. Well, guess what? The snow globe ain't never been colder. I've never been more freezing. I'm wearing two layers.
Give me the numbers.
I am wearing 2 layers to stave off the ice-cold Federation. These numbers are absurd, all right? NXT, 900,000. You know what happened?
No Millie. No Millie, Shawn. No Millie, Shawn.
No Millie. No. And not even no. But you know what? It's not even no Millie. Oh, I've lost my mind here. AEW Dynamite has officially broken down into the 600K range. 600K! Shawn Michaels and his creative. Rough. Shawn Michaels has officially ended AEW. I'm no longer. I mean, it's over. I mean, like the AEW stand. There's no other explanation for this. The AEW stink has officially set in. It doesn't matter that the rated R superstar Adam Copeland had an incredibly good promo exchange with Christian Cage.
Yeah,
Christian Cage told him to go fuck himself, and it's gone extremely viral on YouTube and everywhere. But guess what? Nobody gives a shit. And it's contradictory information, but it is true. Because how, in that follow-up, in the next 2 weeks, is NXT officially demolished it? And now Tony Khan is embarrassing himself all over Twitter. He is responding.
Oh, this is... Wait, no way.
Yes,
he's on Twitter?
He is on Twitter.
God. Please,
yes, you have to, because the unbelievable just seething that is going out from Tony Khan is quite embarrassing. It's just, King's Clumsy Servant in the chat saying, glad to see Mr. Hardcastle is looking better. That is true. His trip to the local medical facility.
I was in the local medical facility for undisclosed symptoms. You see, Michael Cole did not have my permission to share my medical history, and that is a blatant HIPAA violation, sir. He can go to jail for that.
That's the thing is, the WWE universe is filled with many exciting happenings, and one of those happened to be Pete Hardcastle breaking out of the hospital, ripping off his shirt and saying, "Don't touch me," like it was WrestleMania 30 with Bryan Danielson. As we see here, Mr. Hardcastle, you got to take us through it.
Tony Khan, local medical facility?
No, you gotta take us. Well, I mean, if this
behavior
keeps up, Tony Khan might be in the local mental facility going forward.
I have the command center of the ice cold Fed pulled up on my screen right now.
I've got it. Here we go.
All right.
If you look at his replies, the unbelievable insanity as we go down. Yeah, I will enjoy this. Look at this. This literal.
Enjoy this ratio, Tony. I will enjoy this ratio, Dan. Thank you.
Look at this. This man is arguing with actual who's. At this point, literal who's are Tony Khan's enemy. I wanted this promotion to succeed. I don't come at this from a place of bad faith. That's the thing. A lot of the AEW fan base is so brain dead and myopic that they look at you when you spell out honest conversations that something is seriously wrong with the Ice Cold Federation, that it is in fact a snow globe that Adam Copeland cannot fix. And all they'll say is they'll throw platitudes at you. But look at this. The lead head of creative of everything is arguing with actual. Look at this one. Go down.
This one. Do you want to see the enjoy this ratio, or which one do you want to look at?
Right there. Oh, hey, Tony Khan. Something I noticed as I type out AEW is that it wouldn't be the first thing that comes up. Instead, the incorrect spelling, Dynamite. Well, that's a dead freaking promotion.
Well, yeah, it's dying. That's for sure.
It's definitely dead.
That's no coincidence, That's no coincidence, Snowman.
No, there isn't. And if you take one look at this, he responds. He responds to this. Does he not run creative? Have I lost my mind?
Yes, it happens to me too every week. Not sure why, but it's.
Why is he answering these people?
Tony, your family is like billionaires. Can't you just like call up Elon Musk on his personal line and be like, "Yo, buddy, can you move around these hashtags for me here? It'd really help out." I'm sure Elon would be like, "Oh, well, of course, Tony. I certainly love AEW Dynamite." Like, I guarantee it.
My serious question is, if this person is supposed to be booking months in advance, programming on Warner Brothers Television for $500 million a year, why does he have time to be on Twitter? Why is Adam Cole hanging out on Twitch, not caring and not hitting the gym because he's a money mark and it's set in for me?
Can I ask a question here?
It has finally set in to me, Hardcastle. It has finally hit me.
What?
It's hit me. This promotion is a corpse. This promotion is a dead, bloated corpse, and no one sees it. No one sees it because NXT, as much as
that would
I love,
actually lead into my follow-up question.
What is this?
Can we take a look at the screen here?
Yes.
Why is Tony Khan retweeting himself?
Because they don't call him the Snowman for no reason, Pete.
Is he delusional?
He's
retweeting himself. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm certainly a neophyte with this technology stuff, brother. But like this right here, this ain't even a mistake that I make. This isn't even a mistake that my dad makes.
This isn't a mistake because it's not a mistake. Tony Khan, at some point, has to have lost his mind, and I think this officially mind broke him. I genuinely think that officially the events
tremendous
of this week,
fans.
Look at this. Yeah, let's read it.
Tremendous fans.
Thank you.
All 3,000 of them.
Let's hear this. All three. That's right. All 3,000 of them over there at the community center. Look at this. Look at this exchange.
Look at the replies.
Yeah. Wait. Let me read this. It says, from Tony Khan, go up. It says, thank you all who watched AEW Title Tuesday last night. I thought last night was one of our best shows we've ever done. The fans in Kansas City were tremendous. The wrestling was great. And last night was the best birthday I've ever had. Thanks to all of you. This guy, Andrew, this absolute Chad, responds, we were watching NXT, big dog. And I wasn't talking to you, and you don't even follow me, so why reply? Who gives a fuck? And it's a picture of Roderick Strong. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it.
This Chad here, Andrew, he's got LA Knight, as his profile picture.
He does indeed, but he's got, oh my God. But I have to say, he's responding to literal who's. Oh my God! Yes, we were all watching NXT last night. Go back up. Look at what he said. The best broadcast. Go up. Back to Tony's original tweet. It says, I thought last night was one of the best shows I've ever done. It was the most timeless show you've ever done. It was the most timeless show that drew nobody. No fans. Flies to shit. Nothing drew. Ice cold. Dead fed. Hello, and new Quab of the Year, Tony Khan. Officially, Tony Khan is the Quab of 2023. He has taken first place. He's over here arguing with literal news on Twitter, and oh my God. I have tried so hard to believe and to be like, oh, you know what? It's an ultimate promotion containment zone. Maybe this promotion's better off dead. Maybe we need to go back to a duopoly.
No.
I'm gonna say,
Charlie,
I've gotten to that
Charlie,
point. I have
what's
gotten to
your
that
alternative
point.
here? Impact.
My alternative is Impact.
Ring of Honor.
My
Major League Wrestling.
My alternative.
Championship Wrestling from Florida.
That sounds base as hell. But no,
It
my
is.
alternative is Impact Wrestling gets the biggest and fattest. That's never going to happen. So we are here seething at the end of All Elite Wrestling, because I'm sorry, in what way can this not be considered, therefore, a net negative? This is a sunk cost, as they say in business, Mr. Hardcastle. What is your take, please, because I'm about to have a heart attack. What is your take on the Snowman's behavior these last few days?
Well, first of all, he's coping because he can't seem to draw, even though he has new action figures. Second of all, he's wondering why the new action figures are not drawing, because they're like really, really high quality action figures. I mean, dude, he's got edge. He's got edge in the bag for the last 3 years of his career. He's doing a Dimes program with Christian Cage right now. I can't wait until Christian says something about like, Edge, I would say that I'm glad your father's dead, but I don't know that because you don't have a father.
Oh, then it cuts back to him and Edge is like, Christian, I've known you since 6th grade. How dare you? And then Christian Cage will say, you're right.
I've known your mother since 6th grade, Adam.
And guess what, Adam? Your mother is dead. I will admit, as I kind of come down from this moment.
Dude, yeah, you got worked into a sputtering seed by AEW getting quads, bro.
Shoot. You know why? Because they deserve it. They deserve this. But as I come down from this, as the consequences have been allowed to take their toll, I do believe Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage will be a good self-contained program that is the sole thing that draws any dimes on this promotion. And luckily, it'll probably be, the dimes will be exclusively drawn on YouTube. So,
all right, look, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, you know who's kind of starting to go over on me?
Who's that?
Daniel Garcia, brother.
Oh, I'm thinking, that's right. That's it. Hit him with it. I'm thinking Daniel Garcia goes to WWE. I'm thinking that he signs with WWE, and we have the Daniel Garcia nightclub. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
All right, you know what? It's like the Grayson Waller effect, right? Grayson Waller effect.
Right.
Except
Aussie.
it's a Grayson Waller effect, except it's like Daniel Garcia's nightclub, and everything in there is like super gay, but the entire time he maintains that he's straight. Like, have you ever seen it? Like, they sell for like bachelorette parties where like the straws for all the drinks are actually like cock shaped and stuff like that. It's just stuff like that. Naked men, people covered in baby oil. Yeah, Top Gun volleyball scene playing with the boys in the background. Daniel Garcia's up against some dude, just like, yeah, right.
And then, yep.
And then the cameraman comes in, and some other wrestlers there. He's like, Daniel, isn't your girlfriend or wife gonna be upset about what you're doing here? And Daniel's gonna be like, why? I'm hanging out with my friends. Leave me alone.
That's right. He's just
gonna
gonna
be like, well,
it.
and then they of course respond, well, Daniel, it's kind of gay.
It's kind of gay,
like,
brother.
What?
He'll be.
What do you mean? Like, gay?
He'll be.
That's disgusting. I'm straight. What are you talking about?
How could you make?
And then
how could?
Charlie, I lost you, buddy. Ah, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm only getting your audio there, brother.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, we're almost there. Let me get this straight. We there? You hearing me?
I can hear you. Can't see you though.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. How's the stream going? Yo, King's Clumsy Servants.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Uh-oh. That's right. Uh-oh. Bit rate's low. No, we're still. It looks like we're still up. Yeah, the stream's still up. That's good. But anyway,
is it your fault this time or is it my fault this time?
that is
I just turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone. If that makes a difference.
Yeah, no. My video feed's still coming up. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, very good.
I think it's a Discord issue. That's what it is.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
We shall continue in this capacity.
That's right. But regardless, I think this is a good universal thing to touch on is that the AEW stink has officially set in. I think that there is a connotation. Now, if there wasn't before, there is now. That there is a connotation around AEW, and I'm thinking that they are now 600K in the dirt. And I'm thinking that we've reached lull TNA, lull AEW moments, and I think that this is now a hole that they can't get themselves out of, and overall, it's just a disaster, man. It's a disaster.
Yeah. I'm thinking if I were WWE right now, here's who I would pull. Right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'd get Paige back. Second of all, I would get Daniel Garcia. I would get MJF. I would get Edge and Christian, obviously. Jungle Boy. Maybe Powerhouse Hobbs.
See. For me,
that's about it, man.
For me, I feel like outside of Daniel Garcia and a good
that would be such a Dimes program.
And a good comedy.
You could have a feud with LA Knight.
A good comedy character for Daniel Garcia. I think Hook could have some potential possibly because he pretty much is just like his gimmick is a Zoomer with a massive DBZ haircut, and he is pretty over with the young ladies over there on Instagram. He's over at the Instagram promotion, brother.
Yeah.
But I do think that Ricky Starks, he's definitely WWE bound. He's buddies with Cody. And also, Ricky Starks is buddies with me. When I ran into him.
Ricky Starks, yet another friend of the channel.
That is a friend of the channel. I did technically run into him in the good old alleyways of the Windy City during All Out weekend. And
he totally tried to tell you that CM Punk was fired, even though like he definitely was. Like he couldn't tell you that.
I'll tell you what. I talked to Ricky. This is a true story, by the way.
He kept it confidential. But go ahead, tell your story about Ricky Starks.
This is a true story. On All Out weekend, Ricky Starks. I was heading back. Right, I was feeling good in the Windy City. AEW was in town. Wasn't going to any of the events, but there was a feeling of
as no one else does,
as nobody else does. But there was a feeling, I was finishing up CM Punk Wrestling Lol Cow over there on YouTube. Check us out at KBTV. I was finishing that up, and I was like, I'm thinking I'm gonna go visit my friends, my family. It's gonna be a warm weekend, removed from the snow globe. And as I was getting ready to head back, who do I see? If it's All Out weekend, that's Ricky Starks. And my first thought was, well, I just finished a documentary on this man, on this man's opponent. Tentatively scheduled for All Out here.
Quite tentatively.
And so a few things ran through my mind as I saw Ricky Starks. I go, first off, is that Ricky Starks or am I hallucinating? And so secondly, I thought, do I ask him about Punk? So the first thing that I did was I go up to him, shake his hand, hang out, be like, yo, are you Ricky Starks from wrestling? And he goes, hell yeah, I am. And he's the absolute Ricky Starks. And as we talk, as we get to know each other, as me and many of the most prominent members of the wrestling community do, because I'm pretty much a made man, right? With Vince Russo being my LinkedIn connection.
Yeah, Vince Russo, the Matt Men.
Everybody in sight, brother. I am over like Rover. But I go over to him. And so as we're talking, I said I wanted to broach the topic, but I didn't want to be a dickhead. And I didn't want to be like, ice cold. I wanted to say to him, I say, so you're wrestling Saturday? And he goes, and he gives this look too. He goes, he looks like he just got out of a Vietnam War flashback. And he says, it's up in the air. I mean, I just can't get your break. And as he was trying to relay this to me, I'm like, well, I'm really hoping that all goes well for you. And it did, because he got himself a strap match with Bryan Danielson and a brief
The
shot
Yappa
of
Pie
life.
strap match.
The Yappa Pie, yes, strap match, which was a very good matchup. But unfortunately, AEW returned to being a snow globe not too much long after.
That's kind of sad, because like you could kind of tell like he couldn't say what he wanted to say. And props to Mr. Starks for being a consummate professional in that regard. It's good to keep industry secrets close to the chest, but
yes,
we always find out, whether it's through Meltzer or Sean Ross Soy or whoever else.
We find out the true happenings of one CM Phil.
We always find out. And you know what else we found out?
We can't escape this man.
Well, we actually have, because WWE is once again affirmed they want nothing to do with CM Punk. They're not talking to him.
This man haunts this channel. This man is a specter over the KVTV thing. And I was telling Hardcastle, I was telling him, I swear, if he goes to WWE, it is a double-edged sword, because either this channel becomes Gigadimes again, or Gigadimes until further now being the official Phil Brooks Lolcow channel, or my mental health implodes. Because you know what? He reached out to WWE, and I told Hardcastle about this. I told Pete, I go, this is what he does. He works the sheets. He put out this rumor, right? Lo and behold, he puts out this rumor. There's talks that WWE wants to really stick it to AEW, man. They really wanna. They know the optics of a no. They know that they just let Edge go. They just let Edge go because they knew that as talented and a double Michaels of a situation that Edge and Christian are, they knew that the second that they would go to the ice cold Fed, it'd be like a fart in the wind. Were you there to smell it? I don't think so, because the wind carried it off into the 7 fucking seas. And so what happened is now CM Punk is putting out things attempting to work the sheets, as they say. He's attempting to create this artificial demand.
A mark for this guy.
Dave Meltzer is a reverse mark of this guy, because I feel like Dave Meltzer has been the only one over the AEW run that has been relatively honest about the crazy shit happening backstage with CM Punk, to the point where CM Punk had to go hire Nick Hausman over there at House of Wrestling to be his personal microphone and represent his side through that House of Wrestling website. Where, remember he came up with that bogus story where he said something like, I'm a trained UFC fighter, so I didn't want to hurt him. Yeah, bullshit. You threw a monitor at Tony's head because you knew you weren't going to get fired. Or if you knew you were going to get fired, you wanted to get out of your deal because you knew, and you're such a self-mark that you thought, WWE, you thought that after home invading Raw back in April, that they would look at you and go, oh man, that Triple H, that nose man, would go, I'm thinking that we could bring you back, Punker. I'm thinking there's news to be, there's money to be made. I don't think so.
That did not happen, sir.
That did not happen, and it never will happen. Watch, I guarantee you. All of these takes we spout, he's showing up at Survivor Series, and I've lost.
Hey,
don't
mark my words.
Don't.
If CM Punk shows up at Survivor Series, I am not going to watch another WWE product for 3 weeks.
Okay, that is
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks they get in the doghouse with powerful Pete Hardcastle.
3 weeks, brother. 3 weeks. I'll get you 3 weeks in the doghouse. Well, see, that's the thing.
Actually, wait. Well, you know what? Survivor Series is towards the end of November, is it not?
It is.
How about this? I have a Christmas and New Year's season free of the World Wrestling Federation, WWE. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to send me to a local medical facility for that.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm thinking WWE's time in the doghouse is going to be until 2024 if CM Punk shows up at Survivor Series. Because you know what? Think about it. If they were to actually re-sign this man, everybody there hates him. They're going to have him job to people, and he is going to go away. His heat and his momentum is going to subside faster than Adam Copeland's did. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing. I mean, like,
so if I put WWE in the doghouse until 2024, if Phil shows up at Survivor Series, he'll be gone by then. I won't have to deal with him. Yeah, he'll be spouting off. He'll be spouting off on social media all about how, like, Triple H tried to fight me in the locker room, so I beat his ass. I'm the boss now.
I just wanted to be a better asset to the fucking product. Yeah, bullshit. But okay, what I will say,
I'm trying to run a company here. These EVPs couldn't manage a target.
Hey, managing a target. Managing a target.
Give me more Spindrift. I need more. I need muffins from Minnie's Bakery.
Managing a target is also
closed on Tuesdays.
Managing a Target or a Jewel or a Walmart or a Hy-Vee is a lot more difficult than Mr. Phil would like to believe. But on a serious note, is that the new benchmark? Is it 3 months? Is it officially? Is that the official thing where, if we bring CM Punk into any professional wrestling promotion, will he last 3 weeks? Is that sort of the benchmark that we faced after he strangled Jack Perry?
Well, last I checked, we made a bet when we attended the first taping of, or was it a taping? No, it was live.
Live Collision.
When we attended the first live showing of AEW Collision, Admin Chuck and I here, we made a bet. I said CM Punk won't last 2 months.
That is.
Admin Chuck said CM Punk will last until the end of the year.
End of the year.
Turns out we were both wrong. But if you extrapolate the timeline, considering Punk lasted 2.5 months, I was more right than Admin Chuck. Therefore, he owes me. Well, okay. you owe me wrestling tickets and then some. Let me say that.
At this point, I owe Pete Hardcastle about generational wealth.
I'm gonna be sending one of my associates to come collect.
You know what? I'm starting to think that
it's gonna break your thumbs.
I am starting to think that I will be taking a visit to the local medical facility. If that is not collected, all right? I've already lost my Xbox. I'm about to lose my house. But the thing with CM Punk is that if we are to bring him into the WWE, which I found so fascinating because it's not happening. I mean, now I do believe, like, seriously, it's not going to happen, because I remember when they ran that report, they specifically, a bunch of different websites, WrestleZone, everybody was mentioning how WWE's entire plan was, say, in a snowball's chance in hell that he makes it back to the promotion, that he is going to apologize to specifically named wrestlers, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Who are they? The two top acts of the entire fucking company. Okay,
and so they hate his
guts, along with seemingly everybody in professional wrestling. And so I feel like, also, this is a broader point that we need that I have to just say. WWE doesn't need CM Punk.
No, dude, every single one of their champions right now is so dimes. Also, King's Clumsy Servant says if Punk goes to WWE, The Miz will be his first target, I bet. Yeah, The Miz is probably the only guy that's still willing to work with him.
Yeah, we'll see. Exactly. And I love how, right, you look at, I remember there was this documentary that CM Punk and WWE Studios produced for CM Punk. I think it was called CM Punk Best in the World. And it came out around 2012, which would have been in the middle of his hot run, right?
That would have been during the pipe bomb, yeah.
Yeah, during that era. And I remember The Miz had nothing but positive things to say about CM Punk, and say, he was he's a really hard worker, and he just always, strives to be the best. And in that same documentary, CM Punk turns to the camera and goes, yeah, man, I was on my way out in 2011. I remember when they gave The Miz the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. How am I not supposed to be fucking insulted by that? And it's just like, dude, I do not understand why every single person is a supervillain in this man's life. This guy goes throughout life, and he goes throughout his career picking fights with everyone. And at a certain point...
Yeah, he's a maniac. He has, like, serious mental problems. He's got BPD, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, for everybody in the chat, we've all heard of BPD, correct?
Yes.
Long form borderline personality disorder, i.e., the Amber Heard disease. I seriously think CM Punk's got like a terminal stage 5 case of incurable BPD.
He has mad herd disease, and I'm thinking that this is manifesting.
He's gonna shit the bed.
You know, Roman Reigns, I know we're supposed to be in the same hotel, but I shit in your bed and then I shit in your pillowcase, and there's nothing you could do about it. But so back to the main point, that WWE doesn't need CM Punk anymore. They don't need him because it's not 2018 with late stage Vince McMahon where the entire roster is about to revolt and leave because of bad creative. He's not some shot in the arm to a dead promotion, CM Punk. The WWE is white hot. Molten hot at the moment. Fastlane was an incredible pay-per-view.
Oh my God, yes. LA Knight.
Yeah. LA Knight is constantly getting more and more over every single week. Ratings are good. Life is good. You got John Cena endorsing LA Knight at the end of their tag match. You have the Cody versus Roman match that is very clearly still on for WrestleMania 40 because he's tag team champions with Jey Uso. Hilarious press conference that they had. And just there's a sense of life. And then the main event, right? Seth freaking Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura was a bloody battle. It was an
That was brutal.
It was
brutal.
Epic hardcore style last man standing match. Why would Seth Rollins want to be saddled after resurrecting, along with creative and Shinsuke Nakamura, resurrecting Shinsuke Nakamura's career in this main event tier feud where they finally figured out how to present Shinsuke Nakamura as a foreign heel with subtitles, right? Where he's this menacing guy in the shadows who's doing nothing but threatening Seth Rollins and making overtures about his bad back, right? Like, all of this stuff was so wonderful. And why would Seth Rollins saddle this main event position that he has earned to work with CM Punk, who we can't even guarantee is going to make it to WrestleMania without having another manic episode where he rips, referee Rudy Charles' neck right out his throat? How do we determine this? From a risk-reward point of view, CM Punk, no. Seth Rollins would never work with him. And I don't think WWE has any interest because they definitively came out and they said, we're not interested. It's unbelievable. And so I think that, with Fastlane being as good as it was.
Fastlane was great, yeah.
It was good because there was just constant storyline progression and just everything in WWE seems to be running in tip-top shape. And so that's a great point from Andy Ruiz in the chat. He goes, way to insult the one guy who supports you, Punk. Real good job. He goes, it's not 2011 anymore either. And
got him.
And then you know what? Another salient point here from King's Clumsy Servant in the chat. I remember on Twitter in 2019 on Talking Smack, The Miz ribbed on Punk, and that man went crazy. Remember that? The Fox deal. That's the other thing that I think is important to bring up.
Oh, yeah, dude. That was... man.
CM Punk.
Do you want me to try and pull up the tweet?
Yeah, bring it all up. CM Punk tried to weasel his way last time to getting back to the WWE in 2019. People forget about this. He no-sold AEW. Cody Rhodes sent him a text message from their time. They knew each other in WWE. And he said, hey, want to join AEW? The Bucks really want you. And he goes, and then what does Punk do? He buries Cody and the entire AEW going, yeah, they fucking offered me something via text message. So they let him attempt to worm back to WWE. And he's on there on Fox for this backstage show. And he shows up as a pundit, right? A guy just giving his opinion. And then when the Miz came the next week when CM Punk was not there, he made a light little joke where he said, oh, well, sorry, I'm not here to change the culture. And what does CM Punk do?
CM Punk says, go suck a blood money covered you-know-what in Saudi Arabia, you effing dork.
And now, after this, that was the day. That was
Imagine
the day.
CM Punk having actual social values. I don't buy it.
I don't either, because that man is the strongest ally of women's rights. But, him and Colt Cabana were having some fun with some of the girls over there in Ring of Honor. But we won't have to talk about that.
Well, do you ever notice that it's always the guys that are talking about women's rights and I respect women so much, I want to protect the women and women. Those guys those guys more often than not are actual rapists. Have you noticed this? Have you noticed this? It's so obvious.
Male feminists are the proverbial cancer in the colon of society. If you see a nice guy, run, because they don't like you. They don't like you. They want to get with you, and they want to it's no different. So CM Punk, yes, he's a hypocritical lib shit who has no understanding of anything beyond getting himself over. But regardless, how does WWE, they take one look at this, right? They take one look after all of this trouble that they had with Fox trying and begging, even saying that they wanted to pay some of his potential talent deal if they brought him back. I remember this very specifically. How on earth do you work with a guy like that who who just says that? Why would he accuse The Miz of such things? What has The Miz ever done that has implied any level of bootlicker? It's just ridiculous. And so why would WWE be bothered to ever bring this guy back? And I remember Vince McMahon went on record, or no, it was actually, he didn't go on record, but it was leaked from some internal company memos where it said, I can't work with him, pal. Like the one man, I believe the term in the dirt sheets was the one man that I can't work with. This guy worked with Ultimate Warrior after Ultimate Warrior held him up for $500,000.
Oh, that was rough. Yeah, you know what? If there's one thing I can say about Vince McMahon, it's that he has the most amazing, massive propensity to forgive people of anyone I've ever seen in my life. Like, Vince McMahon has had beef with so many wrestlers, and he always manages to bury the hatchet. Every single time. Have you noticed this? Like, there are people who exit the WWE in utter disgrace. And a few years later, they learn a new hold, and then they come back, and Vince's like, "All right, pal, I'll put you in the running for the IC championship. How does that sound?"
Damn it, it's good to see you, pal.
And then it's like everything's fine again. Everybody says kumbaya, they hug and kiss and sing around the fire. How does he do it? I don't. Speaking as someone who holds grudges eternally, I don't know how he functions.
I'll tell you how. He has had a legacy, and nothing but a positive legacy, as far as making unbelievable, stupid amounts of cash. And you don't go very far in life financially, emotionally, spiritually, carrying around a grievance complex. And I think that's what we're seeing with CM Punk, with every single bridge burned, and every single relationship severed, scorched, or you're left with nothing but a scorched earth and a burned cinder.
I can't think of any promotion that will hire him. I can't think of a single one. I can't even think of any wrestlers that'll wrestle him.
No, and I can't either. And the only one that I could think of is Impact. But you really think Impact could afford CM Punk's salary? No, they couldn't, and they shouldn't. And I don't understand this. I had mentioned it in that Punk documentary, that Punk, wrestling lol cow video, and Andy Ruiz said it too, right there. It's just not 2011 anymore. All right? Like, there was a moment in time when CM Punk could realistically be considered a draw, but outside of drama online amongst terminally online fans, he doesn't draw anything. His momentum on Collision proved it. Collision can't even beat Dynamite, which Dynamite is considered literally the ice-cold no Millie Fed. Like, there's nothing that they could do. And
I'll tell you what, at least they didn't try and make us stay after for Rampage tapings. You know what that reminded me of? When they tried to get us to stay for Rampage?
Yeah.
Right? It was kind of like when you're in high school and you may be talking with your friends, goofing off a little bit, and the teacher says, You powerful Pete Hardcastle, you come see me after class. That's what Stay for Rampage reminded me of. I don't know about you.
Staying for Rampage is essentially the, come here, kid. You were talking shit earlier. I got to put you in detention for a week of the.
I had no idea
wrestling.
Rampage was still even running.
I didn't either, actually, until we were over there on Dynamite. So what does that tell you? We paid full price for a ticket, and we took one look at that and went, nah, that's not gonna work for me, brother.
Nah. I mean, do you remember the time at Collision when they held us hostage for ROH tapings before it started?
Hey, now, they didn't hold anyone hostage. I wasn't there for Ring of Honor. I was there for Collision. I'll admit it. Because you know what? As much as a running gag is here, Charlie, Admin Chuck just worships.
Work rate kid.
He's the work rate kid. That's right. As much as I love that, bro, seeing Ring of Honor turn into developmental under Tony Khan has been really sad. But, and we were talking about this on the phone earlier this week. And I thought, one of the reasons I think I'm a little ass hurt about Ring of Honor's current status and why I bring up things that are objectively illogical, like it should be called Ring of Honor Collision. Stupid take. Right, stupid take. There's no name value in Ring of Honor. But the reason I'm so ass hurt about it is because in 2019, before the rise of AEW, Ring of Honor was getting close. They were holding 10,000 seater events in Madison Square Garden. The All In, people forget, All In, the brainchild of Cody Rhodes, was a Ring of Honor event. And part of me really thinks how, for lack of a better term, how kino, how cinematic, how much of a story would it have been for a 20-year-old promotion, broken down, started from the bottom. We're filming on potato cams here, brother. Sorry, I can't afford a contract. I'm going to give you a hot dog and a handshake. Thanks for the main event. Go from that to TBS TNT. How epic would that have been? And I feel like ever since early Dynamite, it was like, oh, this was such a, early 2019 to, even 2020, some of the pandemic with our AEW was
honestly
really good.
AEW produced better Thunderdome content than WWE ever did.
Yeah, with Daly's Daly's Place had such a amphitheater. It felt like they had people around the ring. There was soul to it still. And so all that early spirit just reminded me so much of Ring of Honor that when the collapse, finally set in around early 2022 with AEW after Cody left, it's just like, damn, could this have been different if it was like instead of this, upstart promotion stealing Ring of Honor's thunder, like if maybe the Ring of Honor legacy it's wishful thinking, it really is.
You want to know what else is wishful thinking, Admin Chuck?
What's that? Pete Hardcastle.
I don't think ROH should have gotten a TV deal. I think CZW should have gotten a TV deal.
Nobody does this to Zandig. Nobody takes
the
TV
does this
rights.
to the wife beater.
Justice Pain.
Nick Gage. Nate Hatred. Who do you think you are?
You're gonna die. You are gonna die.
You are gonna die.
I'm gonna kill you, dude. Justice Pain. You take one look at that, and you just see the names that are listed, right? You got Justice Pain,
Nick Gage, Nate Hatred,
the wife beater,
Zandig.
Zandig, yeah. Is that not the most early 2000s indie mud show trash you've ever seen in your whole life? The true successor to ECW. That's right,
dude. I'm gonna be honest though. If we're talking about the promo that I think we're talking about here, I always thought it was a gallon of milk, and not a gallon of water. No, because it looks like it's white in the jug. You want to watch it?
Yeah.
Dude, let's watch it.
Pull it up. We are doing a live reaction right now, live and in living color. We have Zandig with complete context. Finally, we're gonna have this where he's got that training. He just goes, dude. the noise. Dude,
I love that towards the end of the promo, instead of like continuing to talk, he goes, oh,
he goes, because I've had those moments. In fact, I've had those moments a few times at the broadcast tonight.
He literally says,
he just goes,
that's speech 101. They teach you that in college, man.
He literally turns as red as a tomato. All right, I'm going to fire this up. We got to get in there. Oh man, Zandig is crazy. This is an absolute.
Zandig is
A
crazy.
certified. I got it all pulled up. Certified hood classic. Fire it off.
Ready to go, Jamie?
Yep, fire it up.
This is Robbie Marino, CZW with Zandig. Oh my God, what the fuck just happened?
What happened? What are you, blind?
Jesus!
There was 5 of them.
5 of them.
5 of them. Justice Payne.
The Hate Club.
The Hate Club's dead.
They're dead.
Gage, Nate Hatred. Who do you think
You are.
Nobody does this to Zandig.
Nobody does this to White Peter. Zandig.
Nick
Mondo. Nick Mondo. Oh my. Oh.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. I guarantee it. I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you. Fuck, I don't remember how to speak the English language. You people.
Have not seen anything. This is just the start of fake UTV.
Fake UTV. The ultraviolet icon.
This is
Robbie
Just
Marino.
fucking shoves him.
Fuck yeah, fuck Robbie Marino.
You just wait and see.
wait and
how
see.
far we're gonna go.
Go. I'm out of here. And then Robbie Marino. Look at that shot. Look at that
Just
shot.
look at his face.
He's just like, oh. Dude, and I just gotta say.
Wait. Let me try and do it.
Oh, hold on. I gotta go. Oh my God. But doesn't it just tell you? Doesn't just it sets the tone immediately when Robbie Marino, the backstage interview, he doesn't start off like a Renee Young, right, or a Gorilla Monsoon, you know. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined here about the champion. He goes, oh my God, I'm Robbie Marino. This is CZW. Oh my God, what the fuck? What just happened? Like, what does that not just that is the spiritual successor of ECW, and I don't care what anybody says.
What the fuck
Oh
just
my
happened?
God, what the fuck just happened? And then he just, what do you mean what happened? You blind?
What are you, blind?
Jesus!
Jesus!
Which became a very iconic soundbite throughout all Botchamania and reverberated throughout all of wrestling.
Dude,
meme
speaking
culture.
of sound bites, do we
Yes.
want to introduce our wonderful audience to the soundboard that Powerful Pete Hardcastle's put together?
I'm thinking based, and I'm thinking we do.
I'm thinking so.
I'm
All
thinking
right.
as well.
So I'm gonna try and use these a little more often. Here's our friend Double J Jeff Jarrett. Let me put him in screen while he says this.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna stretch his ass like it's never been stretched before.
Most of these are like gay. Just warning you now.
Yeah, if anyone
this
has
is-
if anybody has any children in the room, I suggest they are removed from the premises
This is
immediately.
based in Ranch Pill.
This is
Based in Daniel Garcia Pill, if
Garcia
I say
Pill.
so myself.
That is correct.
All right, and this is a UFC fighter, but I mean that's close enough.
Better win your fight, because I'm coming on your ass, boy. I'm
Coming for that ass.
I'm coming for that ass.
Pause.
I'm coming for
This
that
is,
ass. Pause.
Well, I'm not going to play the other one. Then here's Vince McMahon.
Come on out, you
Oh!
And our friend of the well, not really a friend of the podcast, a mortal adversary due to our association with dipshit Vince Russo.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
That's right. We are Team Russo on this
Yeah,
the KVT.
That's exactly what Tony said to CM Punk after he threw a TV at his head.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
Boom. Yep. Yeah, you got to add that boom in there because it is true. The moment of impact upon Tony's snow-filled hair was definitely one for the ages. But
And then, of course, here's what Brock Lesnar is going to do to Seth Rollins.
I'm coming. I'm just gonna
Just
come as hard as I can.
And
coming.
the legendary Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle.
And I'm a man who loves to play with boys.
Whoa. Hey, what are you talking about with that?
No.
I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. I will
Hey,
say. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to know what I should do as a soundbite?
Oh boy.
I should do Steiner math. The
I-
whole thing.
I'm thinking we might want to react to Steiner math at some
Do
point.
we want it? I can pull up Steiner math right now. It's
I'm
actually
thinking
my
we were-
recommended.
I'm thinking we
All right.
Let me pull this up.
I'm thinking we
Dude.
go through it once, we react, and then we go through it again and we try and do it word for word because I think I can nail it.
You think you can get it all
I
in
think-
one take?
I think I can get it all in one take. And full disclosure, I have Discord open on my one screen, and I got the Steiner promo open on the other screen. No closed captioning, so I'm not cheating. Okay.
Yep. Let's fire it up. We reacting?
All right. You ready? You ready for Scott Steiner about to win at Sacrifice?
Sacrifice! Eat a steak, stick
That's
man.
Sacrifice. All right, first one we go through. We're just gonna talk about it.
Look at Mini
I love how they have
Steiner.
like Mini Steiner over there.
That's right.
Between you, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Now, before you get there,
Hit him with that highly educated university, Scott. Hit him with that university rhetoric.
Take on the unlikely duo of Kurt
I
Angle
don't,
and
dude.
Samoa Joe.
Do you notice that these like blouses the girls wore in the 2000s were kind of weird looking, kind of nasty?
Everybody dressed like trash in the 2000s.
See, normally if you go one-on-one,
Yeah, I mean we are looking at a guy wearing a chainmail headdress.
Look at little mini P.D. Williams. He's mini Scott Steiner.
so you got a 25%.
He's just
25%
flexing.
chance.
And then you add
With me. Kurt Angle to the mix. You chance drastic. Remember, Pete, drastic go down.
Oh, dude.
Factor in the angle factor as well.
Yeah.
But I got a 60-60.
The angle factor reverses the polarity of the equation.
That is
obviously.
correct. The German suplex is inherently neutralized by the angle factor. 33 and a third chance, minus 25%.
Here's all I'm saying is that it depends. So the angle factor can reverse the polarity of the sacrifice equation, but if you feed him 25 Percocets and have him moonsault off of the steel cage, that actually has a triangulation effect in the equation to where the slope of the line goes at a 90-degree angle, and then it like goes straight up and then straight down.
So basically,
it's like a cube waveform. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, it's like one of those word questions that we'd have in school, right? Where in math, where it's like there are two TNA main eventers. They're heading to arguably the mid-tier of the wrestling world, but they're both going at a right angle. One at 90 degrees, another at about 75%. At what point do they meet in the middle? And then when you have to, but before you do that in that word problem, you have to factor in the angle factor, which inherently reverses the polarity of the equation, which means you have to carry the two. You gotta carry the TNA Tag Team Championships and factor those in there. And then eventually you get Samoa Joe walking up to a man and strangling him with a weight bar.
Yep. And you know what?
The math adds up, brother.
I don't think you actually showed your work properly. You see, before we start the equation, you have to include into your considerations Samoa Joe is fat.
He is indeed fat, which tips the weight and the weight distribution factor. And there becomes a question of at what point is the neutralizing effect of the angle factor upon a German suplex? At what point does that cease to kick in due to Samoa Joe's relative size at the time of his One Nation of Violence era in TNA over there? And then
around 66 and 2/3.
2/3, and we're not even. Oh my God. Pete, we're not even
halfway through.
Pete, we're not even factoring in Christian Cage. We're not even factoring in the stick man. We're not even.
Here's the thing. But if you feed him a steak and he goes to the gym, does it negate the Christian effect?
Oh, but see, Christian Cage at the time had a Christian coalition, which that introduces. Oh my God, that introduces at least 4 other stable members. That throws the entire equation into array. We've tried to show this work. We've tried, but nothing is adding up. We need to return. We need to return back to the angle factor. We need to return back to Steiner.
Let me just say, this is important research. I hope you college goobers out here are watching. We are doing the Lord's work here on WRESTLEKINO Live. You guys can go screw off with your fancy lab coats and highly educated universities. Professor Chuck, do you say we get back to Steiner math here?
I say we absolutely get back to advanced calculus, as the King's clumsy servant and Andy Ruiz would say in the chat with Scott Steiner.
Highly educated.
And you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance.
I forgot about this part, Pete.
Oh, God.
You gotta carry the variable.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice.
Oh, man.
See, but I'm
Wait,
gonna break it down for
I completely
66
forgot.
and 2/3 plus 75 equals disaster?
Oh my
What?
God! Now we're going into advanced
What's the
linguistics.
hidden variable?
There are now we're talking about linguistics and their interaction.
We need to go over pi r squared, Charlie.
We need to erase the chalkboard and start over.
God
satisfied
damn it.
every night or go home to that fat ass
Yeah,
Samoa Joe.
that fat ass
Tonight,
Samoa Joe.
we're gonna win,
Lift.
and I'm gonna be the world champion at Sacrifice. Come on, Pete.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
wait.
come on,
His
Pete.
one line.
Just like you always say, Big Papa Pump has got your hookup. Well, Maple Leaf Muscle is who you need to look up.
Who?
If you hear that.
Who?
Hey, so
Yes.
do you remember the movie A Beautiful Mind starring Russell Crowe?
Extremely Kino film, yes.
Also known as one of the most based movie characters of all time, Maximus,
That is correct.
the
in
Gladiator.
Absolutely.
Great movie. Great movie. And you know what? I think it's probably one of the finest pieces of film that actually portrays a Roman emperor for what he was. A debaucherant, decadent, degenerate.
He turned heel on his entire governing body.
Commodus turned the Roman Empire from a golden state to a decaying failed state of iron and rust. I believe the quote is.
I will admit, though.
Let's not get carried away on Rome.
I will
but
say
go ahead.
I really appreciated when Joaquin Phoenix worked a pretty good Commodus heel gimmick in that film, though. I thought he was very over with me, brother. But back to your main point.
Yeah, I will say though, one part of Gladiator that is not canon is Marcus Aurelius was not murdered by his son. I don't believe Commodus was with Marcus when he died in 168. But Commodus was not killed by Maximus either. Commodus, funny enough.
All right, let's not get too deep.
No,
into
wait. This
the
is
Roman
important.
rabbit hole.
This is important.
All right.
Commodus, as the emperor would have, had his own bathhouse, and back in the day, emperors didn't want to wash themselves, so they'd have a bathing mate, correct? And the bathing mate was basically
Portrayed by Daniel Garcia. That's right. Hit him with it.
Yeah, he
Hit him
came
with
in
it.
here like that, and you see the Praetorian Guard hired Commodus's bathing mate to basically drown him, take him by his hair, stick his head under the water, and kill him.
Kill him. By God, I'm gonna kill the Roman Empire.
Yeah, so Daniel Garcia actually murdered Joaquin Phoenix in canon.
See, why? Okay, I love how we have horseshoed from Daniel Garcia as a weird gay vanilla midget to Dimes Incarnate, like
Dude,
within 3 weeks.
Honestly, it's kind of funny.
I think it's funny, and I think we're both extremely mentally ill as a result, and I love every
No,
second
I
of
think
it.
we just appreciate comedy gimmicks. Like
I think we just
hey,
appreciate
need I
the
say more?
five-dimensional writing.
My favorite wrestler is a somewhat obscure mid-carder from the Attitude Era.
Val
Venus.
Venus.
Val Venus. Hello, ladies.
I will say he would be an incredible modern day, let's say, LGBT representation of the Val Venus gimmick.
Dude,
who is chopping
Val
off
Venus
his
is
PP.
still based. Val Venus is still based.
But who is
Know that.
Daniel? Who is Daniel Garcia? Who is he going to be angering and subsequently getting his PP chopped off by? Which mid-carder in the locker room that also needs a program is gonna corner him?
Oh my God! Wait, I have an idea.
Yes.
Chad Gable and Otis of Alpha Academy.
Oh man!
And they have Alpha Academy. They have a crisis of conscience where maybe they get like squashed a few times by some tags, and they begin to feel that they're weak. They're not real men, and they overreact to their insecurity by seeking to persecute the gay, bisexual, and lesbian members of the WWE. And that includes a vicious attack on Daniel Garcia's nightclub.
Oh, that's right. They raid the nightclub, and then it turns out that after this, there's vocal, open disapproval across the locker room. And we have Maxine, right? Maxine Dupree, who's hanging out with them, is very suspiciously very against this attack, which creates some dissension. And then, in true Attitude Era style, they walk in. Weeks go by after Raw. Maxine has been dodging their calls, and they walk in. Oh my God! Daniel Garcia wasn't lying! Daniel Garcia is straight! and he's in bed with Maxine Dupree. Oh my God. And they storm the locker room. And Daniel Garcia runs off in a towel quickly with Maxine Dupree as they run off. Dude, why can't we have Daniel Garcia? Why can't we have Daniel Garcia in that? You know what? I didn't mark it, but what do you think? Is that ChatGPT rights this week? Are we getting Daniel Garcia?
Daniel Garcia runs a gay nightclub
in the WWE universe. That's right. And the big twist is Billy and Chuck style. I'm not gay, brother.
Oh my God, dude, they could bring Billy Gunn back. Wait,
yes.
Once Billy retires from in-ring, Billy retires from in-ring, he can be Daniel Garcia's manager. It's so easy.
Well, dude, and then you can have, dude, think about it. You bring him in, Billy Gunn officiates the wedding between Maxine and Daniel Garcia. And he takes one look around. He looks like, he goes like, they say we had 3 minutes for this segment. So,
did someone say 3 minutes?
And then 3-minute warning.
Oh God, it's Eric Bischoff.
Oh, son of a bitch. 3-minute warning, hits the ring again. 20 years later. Oh, JR, you're back in the commentary booth in the last 30 seconds. You must have gotten out of your contract from AEW. I'm thinking we hit chat. I'm thinking we finish off this show with ChatGPT rights.
Oh, no doubt. Yes.
Daniel Garcia, fire it up. This is the grand finale of
before we go away from Scott Steiner, can I try and do the whole thing by heart?
You can give it a whirl, Pete, to your heart's desire. Give it to us.
You're fat. You're fat. You're fat. You're not freak.
Now, before you get there, you have an important step tonight as you and
Tell him.
champion Pete
X Division title
take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
They say all men are created equal. You look at me and you look at Samoa Joe. You can see that statement is not true. See, normally you go one-on-one with another wrestler. You got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastic go down. You did 3-way at Sacrifice. You got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So Samoa Joe, you take your 33 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. And you take my 75% chance of winning if we was to go one-on-one, and you had 66 and 2/3%. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. How is that? What do you think?
That was legitimately. We were up to 5 concurrent viewers because Pete Hardcastle draws the fucking house. Oh my God. That was a word perfect representation. I got no words for that one. I got no words. Andy Ruiz says it best. So hyped for some reason now because you're drinking in the energy of powerful Pete Hardcastle. You have got to take the India Midwest scene by storm. All right, you got to get your ass to Black and Brave and draw the dimes. Head over there to Moline.
Honestly, I've considered it.
Your destiny is to draw nuclear heat in the Midwest Indies over there in Moline at Black and Brave. My God.
I'm trying to think. What would my heel character? What would my heel character be? Because I'm thinking I could be like what's my gimmick? Because I get it. I can be a jackass. But what kind of jackass is powerful Pete Hardcastle?
I genuinely feel if you found a way to work this is going to sound like a left field take.
Okay.
I think if you were able to somehow lean into the aesthetic of like a GTA Vice City villain with like a nightclub owner kind of vibe, with just come out there with your tank tops, with your wife beaters, as Zandig would say.
Nobody does this to the wife beater. Nobody does this to Zandig.
Dude, look at the comments. You are drawing dimes here. The comments, legit. Tomas the Great says, he says, spot on. King's clumsy servant goes in tears for Mr. Hardcastle's performance. Oscar winning, I agree. And Andy Ruiz says he legit memorized that entire promo for this moment. Respect. Look at you. You're drawing the house on WrestleKino.
I am
What,
drawing.
you really
I got a
think-
141 and 2/3 chance.
You
I'm
really
drawing some times on WrestleKino Live. I'm thinking.
You are Dimes Incarnate. So what makes you think that you can't draw the house at the Moline VFW someday?
Okay, so if I'm like a seedy nightclub owner, first of all, I'm gonna need a gold chain to go along with it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Maybe like a gold tooth right there.
Yep. I think you got a gold tooth. And what do you think? Do you take the
I don't
Jeans
know.
pill?
Though. I'm kind of afraid to go to the dentist. I haven't been in like 3.5 years. I do brush my teeth 3-4 times a day though. I'd like to think I got some healthy pearly whites.
Do you think we get an Isaac Yankem reboot character perhaps in your future?
Oh dear God. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Powerful Pete Hardcastle is afraid of only a few things. Hairdressers, redheaded women, strippers, and dentists.
You're right, Andy Ruiz. Chuck, you got to step up your game, bro. Can't have Pete outdrawing you. That's right. Me and Pete Hardcastle, you know, I'm throwing out the challenge. Me and you are going to go one-on-one one day in the VFW when Chuck Garney decides to draw upon a demon from his past, a clown demon, a blatant Bray Wyatt gimmick ripoff, and I head over to the VFW, and Pogo the Clown breaks out of the mental prison that I've imprisoned him in, and then I put him in the mandible claw at the Moline VFW, and then we'll see who draws the dimes around here, Ruiz, and then you'll see who draws the dimes around here, Hardcastle. You better watch your back for the world title.
You see. Here's the thing. I don't care who does it, Chuck Garney, Pogo. As long as the goods make it to their destination, I have some important contacts coming into the port of Miami by boat under the cover of night. And you see, we don't want any attention, mostly from the police, but especially from the Haitians and the Cubans. Can you accomplish this mission for me? My customers are depending on it.
And then the promotion is going to look at you, and they're going to see that you're running an active GTA Vice City ring, and they're going to say, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Should I get some music in the background here?
I'm saying you fire up ChatGPT, and we book Daniel Garcia's world-class championship.
Well, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but I don't have a ChatGPT login, sir. You're gonna have
that
to.
That is correct. I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to just type it in the VC chat.
Ooh, the secret Discord video chat that nobody else has access to. It's just me and you, Pete. But yes. So as I do that, I gotta get your take though. All
right, yeah. What do you got?
I gotta get your take on what do you think? You think Pogo is? Oh, that's right, Andy Ruiz. You know what? Fire up some GTA music. That's what he says. Fire up some GTA music, Pete. Whatever you got on the docket. That's right. Whatever you got in there.
Let's see here. Let's think of a good 80s song.
Something that we can't get copyright kicked off of though. Royalty-free 80s. Let's give it a shot. We got ourselves a music break. We got ourselves a music vibe.
Oh, damn. Dude, they're advertising Mathnasium. They want us to teach there after they saw our symposium on Steiner Math.
I'm telling you what. We're drawing the dimes in Gymnasium. Oh, let's hear it. I'm typing to this. This is epic typing music.
The club's been doing real well ever since Tony Montana started operating in the area. He throws around a whole lot of cash. We don't ask where he gets it from, but we're pretty sure. We're pretty sure we know his contact. We're gonna take him out. We're gonna storm the Scarface mansion in the cover of night. We're gonna break into his office. We're gonna kill him.
By God, I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna take over his operation. I'm gonna muscle in on the business. I'm gonna get his South American contact, and we're gonna make a fortune. The world is yours, Chico, and everything in it.
And I'm sitting here, drinking it in, and you don't want none. This
Do
is
not
some vibey
want.
stuff. Do not want. This is some vibey stuff, though. I can't lie. What do you think,
It is
chat?
actually.
What do you think, chat? Does the WrestleKino music break?
Wrong password, buddy.
Uh-oh. That's no good. Try it without those last two. How about that?
Got it.
That's right. We're feeling it.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to fade out the music here.
We are. Great point from
Because,
Ruiz. Ruiz.
well, I'm gonna
Ruiz.
need to make a clip out of this later, and I can't have a soundtrack. I have to add the soundtrack, but we'll put this song in. How about that?
We shall. And you know, a great point from Andy Ruiz as
We got Ruiz.
he goes, this music sounds like something from an edgy 2000s car racing animated movie. That's a really obscure but good point.
I would love to be in a car racing movie. That'd be awesome. Like, not necessarily like Fast and Furious type, but like, I don't know, like a dingy street racing movie, kind of like Drive if it was about a guy who like raced for money. You know?
Yeah, I'm thinking Drive is about a little bit more than just racing. I'm thinking it's because it's about literally me. All right. I also stare into the abyss and I think about things and I look like Ryan Gosling and I sound like Ryan Gosling and I say to myself, real human being. And
do you think I'll get red flagged if I say I feel like Travis Bickle?
I don't think so, because you know what? Who doesn't go a little Bickle sometimes?
Yeah,
all right, so as we got here,
one
let's
day
feel
the
it.
rain's gonna wash away all the filth of this city.
Okay, we got ChatGPT right here. What do you say?
All right, Daniel Garcia. Let's see.
I'm saying we draw some dimes. Please book a 6-month program. What do you say? Yeah. Professional wrestling program featuring Daniel Garcia in the WWE playing the part of a gay nightclub owner who is actually a heterosexual. Please insert Billy Gunn as his manager and pitch him in a feud with Alpha Academy. And then in parentheses, members Chad Gable and Otis, who are struggling with their masculinity and seek. We got King's Clumsy Servant in the chat. Sorry I have to do this, boys, but in the words of the hit game Bop It, I'm going to sleep. Awesome stream as always, y'all.
Good night, sir.
You have a great night, King's Clumsy Servant. You have been an absolute bop in this chat. You are always fun to have around. Big props to Andy Ruiz as well and legit Thomas the Great. You guys are also the first official 3 members of the KVTV crew.
That's true.
Fran Royale's going to have to get his bum over here back in these chats because
I thought his name was going to be Dominic Tortellini.
Dominic Tortellini. I'm thinking Fran Royale because I'm thinking the biggest man needs to come back on WrestleKino and back up Admin Chuck as his heavy. His Kevin Nash to my Shawn Michaels. Although we will be avoiding
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, Diesel.
Ew.
Diesel, I know. Unfortunately, we will.
Brother, there's no Sizzling Summers on this program. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say we're gonna
have to go to Orange YouTube for that, kid.
I was gonna say, brother, but you're gonna have to hit up the hub for those dirty thoughts. But no, I'm not. I'm talking. There will be no Sizzling Summers, no 1992 period pieces. All right, it will be me and Fran Royale defeating Pete Hardcastle at the Moline VFW. All right.
So you guys are going to double team me? Good. I guess I'll have to call some of my associates.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm thinking Andy Ruiz is in your back pocket. You've been scheming like a true heel manager.
Andy, what's your wrestler name, buddy?
That's right. You got to hit it with us by the end of the night. Do you got it? You got it all booked up though?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's carry the ones and figure out this Steiner math conversion factor to get us a Chat GPT storyline with Daniel Garcia.
All right. Please book me a 6-month professional wrestling program featuring Daniel Garcia in the WWE playing the part of a gay nightclub owner who is actually a heterosexual. Please insert Billy Gunn as his manager and pitch him in a feud with Alpha Academy members Chad Gable and Otis, who are struggling with their masculinity and seek to compensate for their insecurity by engaging in the persecution of the LGBT members of the WWE roster.
Let's give this a run.
Are there any T's in there, or is it just the LGBs?
I'm thinking we're giving it a roll. Here we go. Oh, come on. They're acting like
it's like sexuality. It can be offensive.
Hey, what's wrong with somebody?
What?
Oh man, that is fascinating.
Okay, hold on.
All right, I guess we have to find a way to rephrase around the political correct nature of chat.
I'm gonna ask him, what if the gays are the protagonists?
Somebody
Oh
said,
my God, they did it! They did it! They did it!
Oh my God, in real time! We literally, all we had to do was say that he was the protagonist, and instantly, oh my God, wow, that's incredible societal satire if I've ever seen it. All right, here we go. Title.
Unity Unleashed. Daniel Garcia, a charismatic and openly gay nightclub owner. All right, they didn't follow my instructions.
That's right.
Joins the WWE roster with the goal of promoting acceptance and unity. He becomes an inspirational figure in the WWE community, advocating for LGBTQ plus rights, and is known for his charisma and his talent in the ring.
That's right. That's right. Draw those dimes, Danny. Get the boys in the seats.
But now, Billy Gunn, a legendary WWE superstar,
Damn right he is.
takes Daniel Garcia under his wing as his manager, recognizing the talent and potential in him. Together, they set out to make the WWE a more inclusive and accepting place for everyone.
You look so good to me. Dun, dun, dun. We got a Billy and Chuck reunion going.
They quickly draw the attention of Chad Gable and Otis, members of the Alpha Academy, who initially harbor prejudiced attitudes.
Oh,
However,
man.
over time, they start to question their beliefs as they witness the positive impact Daniel Garcia and Billy Gunn have on the WWE universe. Chad Gable and Otis undergo character development, realizing that their insecurities should not be compensated by persecution, but rather by personal growth and self-acceptance.
Do better, Chud. Do better. The baby...
They ultimately decide to join Daniel Garcia's mission of promoting inclusivity and support for LGBTQ plus individuals. Damn, he converted them, bro.
Oh, man. We got to... Okay, wait. We have an LGBT stable going on here.
What should we call them? Well, let's see if we got something else that they call him. The storyline unfolds with Daniel Garcia and his allies, including Billy Gunn, Chad Gable, and Otis, working together to educate the WWE audience about the importance of acceptance and unity. They stand up against any form of discrimination and work to make the WWE a more welcoming place for all. This storyline would emphasize the positive values of acceptance, unity, and personal growth, making it an inspirational and entertaining storyline for WWE fans.
So I have some thoughts there.
All right, let's pitch the thoughts.
ChatGPT does not seem to understand that this is wrestling, and that wrestling has...
There needs to be violence.
There is matches, there are turns, there are promos. What is this? Reefer Madness? This is a Reefer Madness about pro-LGBT scenarios with no program, no end goal in sight. We need to have the championships on the line, brother. Where are the heel turns? Where is Billy Gunn defecting and saying, that's right, I used you, Daniel Garcia? Where's the nightclub? These people, these demons over there at ChatGPT don't seem to fundamentally understand that there are building blocks within wrestling storylines and wrestling storytelling. Unbelievable. How do we remedy this issue? How do we destroy ChatGPT's influence on professional wrestling writing forever going forward?
Well, first, I'm going to ask him to book an actual feud.
That's a very good point. Please look at a twist in which Chad and Otis have a falling out with Daniel and Billy and wrestle them for the WWE Tag Championships. See, I agree. Why can't we carry this out till WrestleMania? Why can't we have a new Billy and Chuck? Why can't we have a wedding officiated by, well, bring Eric Bischoff back. The Bloodline instead
Did
of
somebody say 3 minutes?
Instead of 3-minute warning, we got the remnants of the Bloodline, right? Sol Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Oh, man. Okay, so we see here, Daniel and Billy have to re-educate the Alpha Academy on the virtues of the LGBTQ plus lifestyle. Let's see it.
Let's see. Oh, my God. They're actually going to do it.
Yep. It's called Title. Oh, my. What a book that they just wrote us here.
Healing rivalry.
As time passes, Chad, Gable, and Otis start to feel the pressure of their past beliefs and insecurities resurfacing.
Ooh.
This leads to a falling out with Daniel Garcia and Billy Gunn, resulting in a heated rivalry for the WWE Tag Championships.
Dude,
Chad,
they left the ranch.
They did, man. They defected. The elders aren't happy. Chad and Otis, fueled by their by their inner turmoil, begin making derogatory comments and displaying prejudice. This infuriates Daniel and Billy, who feel betrayed by their former allies. Tension escalates, leading to a highly anticipated tag team match for the championships. During the match, the audience witnesses intense back-and-forth action. But as the match unfolds, the WWE Universe starts to chant messages of acceptance and unity with signs and symbols of LGBTQ sport. The moment of unity serves as a powerful reminder of the positive values that Daniel Garcia and Billy Gunn represent.
Can I take a guess at what the chant will be?
Oh boy, let's make sure it keeps us on YouTube, but sure, give it a whirl.
On second thought, keep reading.
That's right. Over here we got, in a dramatic twist, just as Chad and Otis are about to claim victory, a sudden realization dawns on them. They remember the lessons of acceptance, unity, and personal growth that Daniel and Billy have been promoting. Realizing the error of their ways, they stop the match and embrace their opponents, they're extending some branches, all right. Oh, they are definitely, bro, this is turning in some real boom, boom, boom. Get those arms flowing, because holy smokes, this is about to turn into the ending of Bruno from 2009. This is less
Dude,
of
this is like Ram Ranch 5000.
Dude, see, Grant McDonald couldn't dare write anything this good. Why is this not the premise for a WWE themed episode or a song of Ram Ranch? In the aftermath of the match, Chad and Otis join forces with... So it's a draw? The titles are on the line. Who gives a shit about ideology?
What? Wait, so if it's a...
It's a draw.
Well, if it's a draw, then I guess...
Merger?
Daniel and Billy retain the titles. How they got them from Cody and Jey Uso, I have no clue, but we can book that next.
Well, and you know what? I'll tell you, you know what this is? This is the finger poke of a different sort. A finger poke of doom, where they both just join the stable in the middle of the match, and the championship has no that there is no rightful owner, and the stables are merged again. Ridiculous. Breaks wrestling. They're leaning into late stage WCW to sell us woke talking points. Very fitting if you really think about it. As you see here, this storyline highlights the potential for personal growth, change, and unity in the face of conflict, promoting positive values and sending a message of inclusivity within the WWE universe.
Honestly,
Gosh.
I'm thinking it's dimes.
I'm thinking
it's kind of dimes minus the draw thing.
That's right.
What do you think?
I'm thinking that those boys and girls over there at GLAD are really going to be into this storyline, and I'm thinking this gives WWE some sweet ESG points over there in the stock market. That's what I'm thinking. If that programming, or if ESG even exists by the end of the year, because take one look at Disney and you'll find out that there's a new Quab of the Year.
Oh, Andy Ruiz says that it's a no contest, not a draw.
That's right. I'm so sorry about that. It's a no contest. It's a the referee joins in the kumbaya, raises both hands. Everybody's just fine. Absolute ridiculousness. But I'm thinking
they got Earl Hebner to ring the bell early. You know.
Wait, oh, so is this going to be the Rainbow Screw Job? I'm thinking that's what we title this program, the Rainbow Screw Job.
I never did anything with Sonny. Oh yeah, well I never did anything with Sonny. Yes, you did. Yeah, I definitely did. But still, I don't like you.
I'm gonna put you. Oh man. So you know what? With that, Mr. Hardcastle, it's 9:26, almost 9:30. I'm thinking this was an extremely based episode, based and wrestling pilled episode of WRESTLEKINO. I'm thinking we did.
Honestly. Oh, Andy Ruiz also says his name will be Andrew Garcia, Danny's openly gay brother.
That's right. There's going to be a variant. It'll be some Jason Jordan scenarios going on here. Kurt Angle, I love you. I was your son the whole time that we're supposed to believe. But I'm thinking this is probably.
Well, I mean, I don't think we can do that about Kurt Angle because well, you know.
And I'm a man who loves to play with boys.
Oh! And so with that, I think it's time, Pete Hardcastle. We hit him with the tagline.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take a shower.
Hit the weights. Get a clue.
A clue.
Bye, buddy.